Well, there it is. This might just well be the finals of that tournament, what's called the RazzorCup, with which I lost in the first round, more or less first round. My first opponent was AFK for a long time, and then when I did actually play him later on in the day, he decided to disconnect. Well, unfortunately for him. There it is. Well, now, there it is. This might just well be the finals. This might just well be the finals. Double echo. What's called the RazzorCup. Oh, I know what that is. Dashboard and channel, separate tabs. My first opponent, and then when I did actually play him later on in the day, when I did actually. Well, welcome back. Here we go. Secret Valley is the first map between Sunshine and I'm the Best. They are both playing as a random, and I have fixed Twitch. Yes! Because I already set it up about 15 minutes ago. I set up the name, the title of the video, and all of that, and the title of the channel, etc., the stream. And then it's gone and changed itself for no apparent reason. So I also had to log in again, despite not logging out. Yes, that's Twitch for you, ladies and gentlemen. It definitely needs some work. It's a good streaming service, but my goodness, I don't understand why it is so adamant at basically changing and removing everything that I set up. Do you know what I mean? It's quite the troublemaker, because you get it all nicely lined up, set up, everything's typed in correctly. It says Warcraft free, the frozen throne, and then 5 or 10 minutes later someone tells you, hey, your video doesn't say Warcraft free, the frozen throne, it just says Warcraft free, so people won't see it. And then also it says that you're saying that you're playing another game like Diablo 3 or whatever. Well, no, I'm not. So I never changed that. I never made it do that. Bloody Twitch made it do that for some reason. It enjoys doing that. It likes playing with me, but not in the good way. I don't have fun. I just feel violated afterwards. Alright, so we've got I'm the Best, who's playing as an orc, and oh, hello Shuna. He's going to be a noisy boy, aren't you? Possibly Ent. We'll see. There'll be some club age action going on. Club age, may as well call it club age, clan age action going on. Sunshine is playing undead. Looks like fiends to me. Mr. Krypton Graveyard first. I'm sure that's what that's got to be. This is standard orcs so far, but what's the hero going to be? That's what's going to really change how the game plays out. I'm going to go with Blade Master because why wouldn't you? It's a pretty acceptable hero versus undead. You know, critting, auto-attacking fiends. It's a lot of fun to play when you're against undead. Not so fun to play against human when they're mass casters and slow. Okay, ghouls. That's good. This ghoul decided to change his mind to go into this wood. Apparently that tree is precious because it is the Tome of Relics working alongside it as a block, so units can't get inside, they can only go through this way. So that tree is absolutely precious to Sunshine right now. Oh, okay, so we're going to see I'm the Best playing a little bit troll style, literally troll style, with Shadow Hunter as his first hero. Shuna, I cannot reply to you. I am an observer, but I get the idea that you're probably going to whisper me about 20 more times before you actually understand. So just bear with it. So anyway, let's see. This Payon is basically on his way to discovering that there is a fiend soon out, and he'll see. He'll know what's going on. He can tell just from the build order, let alone. He's a pro, I'm the best. He's a tryhard. 20-0 in solo. So Sunshine's going to do his best to stop him with his Crypt Fiend. Can the peon take down the Acolyte? No, he decides he's going to return back to base, or at least suicide into some creeps. Man, it must suck to be that first scatting peon. Do you know what I mean? If you understand how Warcraft 3 works, you know, you just kind of know it's not good for you to begin with. Actually, having said that, that Shadow Hunter came up what feels like pretty quickly, or that Fiend was out a little bit slower, because this peon might just well survive. He doesn't have to suicide into creeps, he can return back to base, and happy days. So Shadow Hunter, harass here. This is very incredibly effective. You can see this stutter micro, stepping back, hitting, stepping back, hitting. He's trying to get the maximum DPS he can out of that Shadow Hunter. Ooh, got Skype background there. Noisy. Yeah, I need to turn that off or mute that or something. Anyway, tech going for I'm the Best and Voodoo Lounge. Don't need to worry too much about healing cells on this map as Orc, unless you are worried about being close to your base, because you've got fountains. They're very far away from your base, but they will do a fantastic job of healing your units up, which is why this map is generally considered favoured towards Orc. Now, what tome will you get from this Murloc Nightcrawler? I'm guessing +2 agility. That's my assumption. Or will it even get killed? It's not good to start that bugger off because he spreads the poison on everything, so all of Sunshine's units are basically, you can see, they've got this like kind of greenish glow that's coming from their characters. That means they're taking damage over time. Poison. That Death Knight is actually slightly getting DPS down, but this Shadow Hunter isn't exactly going to have too much fun, because those fiends are on his case, and they can do a nice bit of damage to this vulnerable hero. He's only got 475 health. He is level 1 after all. Death Knight's got a little bit more health than him, and he's got a lot more mana, so he could death coil him to death. But it would take about 3 death coils. You'd think that 1 death coil would be enough, right? It's called death coil, isn't it? It's not called 3 death coils. Anyway, Hex is doing a pretty good job of actually causing a lot of damage towards that Fiend, and now the Fiend is actually doing a pretty good job of causing a lot of damage towards the Death Knight with a bit of epic blocking going on there. Oh, thank you, Sir Bone. I feel like that needs to be said in a Jamaican type accent. Anyway, Fiend is in a bit of trouble. This is basically soaking up all of the mana so far from Sunshine. He doesn't really want to be I mean, I think he's just having fun at the moment, but it's going to cost him. One more hit. Oh, there we go. That was funny. Oh dear. Well, that's still a victory towards I'm the Best, because he got the experience for the kill there, because the Death Knight went down and then he went down, but he still got the experience, whereas the Death Knight would have got none. So that's you know, that's not too bad. But at least Sunshine's getting a decent chunk of fiends up now, and the more fiends he gets, the harder it is going to be for I'm the Best to basically sort of, or should I call him just Jason, to intervene or get in your face. The end this? No, I will not. I know you, but I don't know you well enough to marry you. Don't even know if you're a guy or a girl. I have to assume a guy, but you never know. Some people don't mind, but for me, I do have a sexual preference, and I'm sure you can make your own guesses as to what it is. But I suppose if I said I'm not going to marry you, and the assumption is you're a guy, that might be the clue as to what my sexual preference might be. Besides, this is a Warcraft 3 game, so I'm not sure why I'm talking about sexual preferences anymore. So Sunshine's got his decent chunk of fiends, and he's going quite heavily on the Overseer. The item of truth is the Gloves of Haste, which is absolutely awful until you get the Lich. And then once you got the Lich, what you're going to do is you're going to stick that Gloves of Haste on him, and get him an Orb of Corruption when you can get tier 3, and then find out that Orb of Corruption gets even more imbalanced because of the Gloves of Haste hitting consistently. Basically a consistent -5 armor. It's insane. And I love getting Gloves of Haste as an undead because of that reason, because I know where it's going. Damn straight it's going onto that Lich later on. The same with Claws of Attack. A lot of the items you get early on in the game just basically get passed on to the Lich. That's a good little coil there, saving that Fiend. That's one of a potential 2 to 3 more hexes, but unfortunately that Shadow Hunter really can't take the damage anymore. Do you see what I mean? It's what I'm saying. Once Sunshine hits this kind of critical-ish mass of fiends, it's a lot harder to do these kind of messing around gameplay styles, and that is one dead fiend. There's no doubt about that. Down he goes. Let's have a look at the experience. Shadow Hunter's so close. In fact, he would have got level 2 if the Blade Master hadn't come and stolen that experience. Sunshine actually has got level 2 on his Death Knight, so he's not too far behind here actually. He's doing okay, and his Lich should be out relatively short. In fact, shortly enough that it's actually happened. Is that another Dead Fiend? It might be. The coil does save it, but a bit more blocking, and look how long Hex lasts. I'm going to say it right here, right now. A lot of people know this already, and of those that don't, they should know. Hex is one of the most overpowered abilities in the game. Now don't get me wrong, there's a lot of abilities that you can go as, oh, that's like super powerful or overpowered, but believe me, Hex is just utterly insane as to how powerful it is. Really, I mean, that just kind of shows it. It just lasts like an eternity, like most of the abilities in this game, and Sunshine's about to have a really rough time here with this Blade Master in the base. Second hero Blade Master harass. This is nice though. It's pulling back, saving it a little bit. Unfortunately, Blade Master will still have his way because he's still got a wind walk in there and he can just walk out. Sunshine's basically being delayed at the moment. He needs to get towards that tier 3 if he can. Just needs a bit more ghouls and wood maybe. I'm not sure what I'm the best is going for. Raiders. Perhaps lots of Kodos because of War Mill. Orcs generally tend to get a War Mill so that they can get access to Kodos from the bestiary rather than actual upgrades. Don't often see orcs with upgrades, but it's not even that bad an idea because Troll Headhunters and Grunts and such, they benefit from the same armor. At least the ground armor, you know. That's all you have to worry about in my experience. Otherwise the upgrades, when it comes to damage, yeah, they've got separate upgrades in that term. That's better. This is looking much more like an undead army. Thank you, Demon. 15 seconds at level 1, 30 seconds at level 2, and 45 seconds at level 3. That is an incredibly long time. And heroes, basically, it only lasts for like a few seconds on heroes, but even then, still long enough. I think it's probably about a third of whatever. So 15 seconds, it would be like 5 seconds on a hero. No, I don't think so. Like level 1 would probably be more like 3 seconds on a hero. Level 2 would be more like 4 seconds on a hero. Level 3, and so on and so on. I don't know. Maybe Demon Master might get back to me on that. He's like looking at World Editor right now. Tauren Chieftain is the third hero right now for I'm the Best, and we can see Pillage being researched. Some Raider harass. The Raiders are sort of in place. They're kind of not sure whether to go for it or not, or come down here and maybe pick off the army whilst it's outside of the base. We've got 3 Raiders, 4 Grunt, Shadowhunter and Blade Master. Looking pretty damn threatening right now. 5 Fiends for Sunshine and 1 Statue. Sunshine might be able to pick heroes or units off really with correct micro and Luke, but it's still not a comfortable fight for him, and that Obsidian statue is going down because of its snare. This is nice for Jason right now. 4, 5, 6 seconds on Hex, probably correct. It is roughly around that amount. Doesn't sound like much, especially compared to the unit Hex time, but you know, 4 seconds stun or whatever, you can consider it a stun. Plus CC crowd control on a hero is a really long time. What item are we going to get here? Level 3 Shadowhunter, so that's level 2 healing wave. It's going to do a good chunk of healing towards this army. Keep it going. 4 second hero, 5, 2, 6 of 3. I see. So greater healing potion, and Orb of Lightning was picked up by the Tauren Chieftain and passed over to the Blade Master. 7 second cooldown. Yeah, that's really short. That's pretty crazy. At level 3 Hex. You don't often see level 3 Hex because Shadowhunter is typically a second hero, and you're almost always going to get level 3 healing wave over level 3 Hex. And then you got your ultimate, so you'd have to get level 7 Shadowhunter to get actual level 3 Hex, and you really don't see that very often. Spirit Lodge being picked up by I'm the Best. It's got this interesting sort of blockade with burrows here. Kind of looks very artsy. More creeping from I'm the Best right now. Does look like Sunshine's coming down. Nope, he's being pulled back because there's a few Raiders just distracting him. And you know, this is doing a fantastic job here because this basically means that I'm the Best, Jason is just picking up more and more experience. He's getting more items and he's just getting map control overall. He's pulling and distracting his opponent, who only gets like 1 or 2 kills, you know, every now and then he can come in here. Probably the Grunts will get pillage, make some money back, Maybe scroll a speed out. He does have one for his Tauren Chieftain. Meanwhile, the Lich, of course, has Orb of Corruption now. The Gloves of Haste are still on that Death Knight. They need to be passed over. These Acolytes are no longer getting cash. This is one of the things where it sucks for Undead, is because, yeah, you can pull your Acolytes off the mine to repair, but unlike the other races where they can use Wisps, Peons, Peasants to repair, and still mine gold, because they use their wood ones, Undead don't have that luxury. When he's repairing, he's not making any cash, any gold, and that is Lich is in trouble. Death Coil, there we go, but it's really not much because it's still only a level 1 Death Coil. If it's a level 2 Death Coil, oh no, maybe now there's a level 2 Death Coil, but it might be too late. There we go, that's a bit more substantial. This Lich, honestly, that's pretty funny. That must have been Invisibility Potion or something? Oh no, sorry, Cloak of Shadows. I was going to say, because I don't remember where he managed to pick up an Invisibility Potion. And the funny thing is that fight went incredibly well for Sunshine, simply because Jason's pure focus was on the Lich there, and he didn't kill the Lich. So that's a lot of time that he's been taking damage, trying to kill something that he didn't even get the kill on. Thank you, Alta. You're very constructive. Yeah, does look like more creeping at the moment, so level 3 Blade Master is inevitable. So we're going to have some nice well-rounded heroes. The Tauren Chieftain might want to step it up to Endurance Aura at level 2. Boost the speed for the Blade Master, we like to see that. Must feel pretty weird having that Blade Master on second. Kodo's doing a good job tanking here versus the Troll Trapper. It's personal between these two. Axes being chucked left, right and centre. It's actually the same axe model if you look. Between the two, they both use the same type of axes. What's up with the amount of faces in the chat channels? Seriously, that's a lot of spam. Photographic memory. Forsaken strategy. I'm sure will get done at some point. Like most strategies, there's about 2,000 of them, so one of them will get done at some point. There's no rush to get any of them done in particular. They'll get done when they get done. It's as simple as that. More healing waves going down, keeping the I'm the best strong. Sunshine actually has the opportunity here to pick up a fair few units. His heroes are getting ever so slightly stronger, but he's losing units. A good Death Coil there just means more time. Frost Armor, he's doing a pretty good job here considering. Bit of trolling. Here comes the Troll Berserker who's about to go down. But these Fiends are looking very vulnerable right now, and the triple heroes are going quite strong at the moment for I'm the best. They're all very healthy right now, but the Tauren Chieftain is getting a little bit of trouble right now. Minus 4.1 armor. Bizarre, because of the slippers of agility. That kind of comes out really weird. Oh dear, that's a rather trapped looking Kodo right there. And he's currently eating the Fiend. So he's going to spit that Fiend out. Ugh, there we go. So Sunshine actually still has some sort of power over this right now. This is kind of interesting. Neither player actually... Oh no. I was going to say neither player has an expansion, but because Jason is dark green, you can't even see on the minimap. You can barely see. But he has actually got an expansion. So yeah, he's been making a fair bit of cash. So I dare say that Sunshine needs to finish the game right now. And if he can't, then it's definitely game over. And speaking of game over, that Lich was almost in trouble until the invulnerability potion was taken. And the Fiend, oh no, not going down in time. And there goes another Fiend due to the Kodo Beast inside the stomach. How many Death Coils we got? Not enough. So that Tauren Chieftain is just going to waltz away. More Raiders coming in, so that's really bad news for the Death Knight. Sunshine put up a good fight, but I think we're getting to the point now where critical mass has been taken. No one likes Possession. No one likes Possession. Anti-magic shell all the way. Wasting your mana if you're going for Possession. Look at those cinematic views that I give you. You can't argue with those, can you? Looks like you're watching an actual cinematic properly. Oh, those obsidian statues. This is rough now. This is where we're starting to barrel off into one-sidedness. There's just nothing that Sunshine can do at this point. Yeah, I know, Demon. I saw. No, he doesn't anymore because he chopped the tree down. But he did. His little base layout worked against him. Now this is where an undead should feel relatively comfortable. It's defended inside of his own base because of all the corruption and slow. Gives him a lot of opportunity to do a lot of damage as well as spells. He can pick off units and be in relatively safety. But this is just too much to fight versus, and Death Knight almost got picked off there. It's like there was a possibility for a hex there. He was right out in the open, a little ensnare, and he's in trouble. But looks like Jason is focused on bringing down the units. I suppose if the Death Knight wants to pop back in, he might get some focus, but as you can see, the units are being focused here first of all. Lich is in trouble at the back, not anymore. Death Coil, Blade Master still loads of mana. Tauren Chieftain having a personal one-on-one fight with the Death Knight over there. Blade Master still going on this Lich, doing so much damage. That means that all of these Death Coils are going to be soaked up onto the Lich soon. Oh, almost getting it, but a nice pass over of items there just to keep the Lich going a little bit longer, but no more. Lich is down, and there's the GG. Almost. Not quite. Alright, so I take the first game then. Whoever wins, basically, I take the win for it. I like Sunshine. It's like now serious. Amazonia. I'm gonna kick someone out. Failed to authorize map. Well, I don't think I've ever seen that one before. That was weird. It's new to me. New indeed. There we go. Right. Second game, War 3 Arena, Amazonia. This is actually one of the better Warcraft Arena maps. And I've seen quite a few of them. And I don't like them that much. Sunshine. Starting off with his altar, as every good human should. Unless they're going to neutral hero, but it doesn't look like it. Yep, altar for both. We've got our creeps nearby. Green camp, orange camp. So typically humans obviously like to use their militia to fast creep. So expect the orange camp to be taken down first. It should be the wizard, level 5 wizard, and a couple of spearmen. And then you've got your green camp to maybe finish up and get you a little bit more experience. Later on in the game, you can still move out and maybe harass an enemy or creep their creeps on their side. And whilst you're doing that, you can send militia from your wood over to kill the creeps here and get experience whilst your hero isn't there. That's typically something that happens a lot, but we'll see whether that gets done or not. Well, yeah. Thinking about it, you do actually have this goblin merchant over here, which is an orange creep camp. It's possible to fast creep that with human peasants. Obviously riskier because you're further outside your base, and it's a little bit nastier, but it's doable. Here we go, level 5 renegade wizard, and a couple of rogues. Not spearmen, rogues. These guys are awesome. I like them in the campaigns. They're like British gangsters, they are. Really, Shuna? I did not know that Azovin played Azeroth was. That's news to me. Never knew that. That's funny. I mean, are you trolling me when you say stuff like that, or what? I don't get it. Okay, so we've got gloves of haste. That's a good idea. Level 2. Level 2, 270 experience. Oh wow, Sunshine did get screwed over then. So his lightning shield got the last hit there. So you can see the damage that's been done there, because he's actually halfway through level 1, whilst the best is now halfway through level 2, and they're basically creeping exactly the same spots. So wow, that's a really rough start. Not to mention the items aren't too great there for Sunshine. Looks like the best. This is what you want to pay attention to, is these are very good 1 versus 1 players. So if you're looking for advice on what to go and creep when you do get maps like this, because I wouldn't know. This is Amazonia, I'd never play it. So apparently you do, yeah, that creep camp, then a little green creep camp, and you move your archmage over here to clear this creep camp. I don't think it's enough for level 3. I wouldn't have thought so. Maybe. Nah, so close though. 8 experience away. That's got to be irritating, because obviously a level 3 archmage is a very powerful archmage indeed. I did some testing actually earlier with like the sort of like human hero abilities and things like water elemental, how much damage it does over time. I can't remember the exact figures, but basically like level 1 water elemental, if it's just left to attack over its life duration, which is roughly about a minute, it will do like 800 damage, and then the level 2 one will do like 1392 damage, so basically 1400 damage, and then the level 3 one will only do like 1800 damage. So the level 3 one actually does a little bit less actually. So the level 2 one is basically the most efficient water elemental per level that you actually have at the time in hand for damage. So that's why a level 3 archmage and basically tier 2 summon rushes and stuff like that are so incredibly powerful. Also, yes, this is absolutely devastating right now, because I'm the best has pretty much killed everything. Meanwhile, Sunshine is trying to return the favour, but there's 2 arcane towers making it a lot more difficult for him. So this is a full-on rush. Just rush to level 3, and then those level 2 water elementals, which just, like I say, they're going to do like 1400 damage each before they go down. That's a lot of damage at such an early point in the game, which is why it's basically broken. There goes the teleport for Sunshine, ready to repel this attack and beat it off. That's what she said. Oh dear, that's an archmage that doesn't know what it wants in life. I suppose he wants to get these 2, but he's going to be dragged quite far away. Level 4, so that's level 2 Brilliance Aura. That means another water elemental in 3, 2, 1 maybe. Oh, there we go. Yikes. And there's a tech almost finished with Sunshine, but he's got no units left. So that's pretty harsh. Ooh. Cloak of Shadows is actually being pretty useful here for I'm the best. Yikes. I think this is it. 2-0 so far for Jason. That game was slightly more one-sided. 5 minutes 31. See if we can get it under 5 minutes next time. Echo Isles, another smallish map. Do do do. These fixed spots. That's a spot of lag. Third game. Echo Isles. I'm the best as human versus Sunshine as orc. Good luck to both. Have fun, more appropriately. Because saying good luck to both makes no sense. Because then they're still equal anyway. Alright then, Sheena. Go have some fun. Right. We got a little bit of Blade Master action almost indefinitely, unless he wants to repeat the mistakes of the past. Such as the Shadow Hunter. Because it almost cost him the game. I think he would have still been in control, no matter how rough it got, but you could see the difference of going Shadow Hunter first. It wasn't as smooth as it could be. No, it wasn't. Alrighty. So yeah, standard stuff so far. I guess both players are probably going to want to creep out the ogre maybe, pick up an item, perhaps fast creep over here, and if Sunshine does that, which he won't be doing because he's orc this time, but Jason will, perhaps. Good item here. Access to the mercs. More power, more control. Shadow Troll Priest doesn't do particularly well though versus Blade Masters. And we've got a Mountain King coming out first here. Interesting. Not actually the worst thing in the world. It can work to your favour, particularly if you can boost him up to level 3 first. Fast, rather. Level 2 Stormbolt coming your way is pretty threatening stuff. Plus he does a pretty good job of controlling the Blade Master. Makes it a lot harder for the Blade Master to be aggressive, because the Blade Master pops out, it goes into Wind Warp, pops out on a unit, has some fun, gets Stormbolted to the face, and all the units nearby that belong to the human then start attacking him. And before he can get out again or Wind Walk again, he's lost a good chunk of his health, including the damage he took from Stormbolt as well as the units. Looks like it's Farseer instead. That looks like a Farseer itself, practically off the mount. Off he goes. On his way. Wolves are out. Moving in. Footmen are coming through. Where's that Mountain King? Dark green again. The cheat colour makes it really hard. Oh no, Mountain King has been cancelled. Because Firelord has been selected instead. Well, this is gonna get weird. It's not going to be too easy to pick on peons and build up those lava spawns, because there are burrows. But we'll see how this one works. Summon hero versus summon hero. Well, Footman being beaten off. Here comes the tower rush. So it is a tower rush at the moment. Firelord alongside lava spawn provide an additional threat there. Extra damage. You don't want to get too close to the lava spawn, because you could be building it up, making it stronger than it could possibly be. And a fast tech from Sunshine here. At least he's got the war mill almost finished, but the barracks, if that was to go down, that means that Sunshine has absolutely nothing to build apart from towers, which would be useful, but it would be nice to get some units out as well. Especially he's going to want it for the tier 2, because he's going to want some demolishers. That way he can actually beat off the towers. I'd say beat off too much here, I think. Just seems to be the way it's going. Second hero you would assume would be picked up by Sunshine if he's in a position where he can actually get to the tavern. Ah, okay, he does manage to get away with the barracks, that's good. That means he can start repairing it, and then he's still got a while to go before he gets level 2. Towers halfway through here for this arcane tower, and unfortunately for Sunshine he can't actually do anything here now. And that lava spawn actually did manage to split. So this is really bad news because Sunshine cannot do anything. This could be under 5 minutes, this one. But it needs to be a GG needs to be thrown out very shortly. And second barracks being built right now for Sunshine, but he's going to have the issue of wood. He's going to be needing those peons to basically repair, and down goes the Farseer. So that means he's going to have to wait for his hero to come back, but that's not too big an issue because the Farseer was sitting on 1 health. Yeah. So when it does come back, it'll be full health again, so that's not terrible for him. That's if he can actually get it back, because quite a lot of damage is being put out onto that Ultra Storms. There's the tier 2, so we're going to see Demolishes. I don't know if Sunshine's even going to bother. Yes, he is. So we've got 2 Demolishes coming out. They take quite a while to build, probably something like 40 seconds, you could imagine. 2 peons doing their job. We've already got 1 guard tower and an arcane tower already out, and more towers along the way. It's basically 0 chance for Sunshine to come back here, in my opinion, because I actually was in this position not that long ago and I had much better chance. And even then, you still can't really do anything versus this once it gets underway, because those towers are really bloody close. Demolishers don't do great against human towers, because human towers have heavy armor and demolishers don't do additional damage to that. Also, our Farseer is a little bit trapped there, so he's going to have to hang back as best as possible. So you see the demolisher here has got siege damage, so he's going to do okay-ish damage, but not great damage versus these towers. It's not terrible, but it's not great. And that Farseer does have his teleport, which he's going to use. It might mess up the position of these demolishers here, so we'll see where they go. Oh, no, they're okay, but they need to back off a little bit whilst these footmen are going to chase up on them. Pull them back as far as you can, but even then that one might still go down. So that's really unfortunate, because Sunshine is in a position where he doesn't really want to lose any demolishes, and he just lost a barracks that was about to finish off picking up a burrow demolisher. Oh yikes, he's still only got the 1 demolisher left, and 1 more's coming out for the barracks, but that's still going to be 30 seconds away. Finally the Fire Lord might go down. This could be it. No, of course not. Oh, the Chain Lightning almost makes it so. So there's 1 demolisher. Let's have a look at the economy right now for Iron the Best. He's still got 4 on the mine, and he's got 2, 4, 6 peasants chopping the wood. He's doing fine, to be quite frank. And this many towers is a lot of damage right now to the stronghold. If it's just 1 or 2 or 3, you can quite easily sit there repairing it and not waste too many resources. But when you've got this much damage output, you actually need a good chunk of peasants or peons, which is really going to reduce the amount of income that you're getting. It kind of cancels the income you're getting to some degree. And the Farseer's like, fuck it, I don't need mana. In fact, the Stronghold's like, fuck it, I don't need to exist anymore. Yikes. Is that what he was trying to do? Demolish a rush. That's 6 minutes 45, he was slacking there. That's 3-0 in a best of 5, so we can assume that Iron the Best is the winner here. Yes, indeed. Well, there it is. So, Iron the Best is the champion. He's a big fish in a small pond. Seems to be the way. Right, well, I guess that finishes this off, because this will be part of a video series that will be going up onto YouTube tomorrow, or rather for you if you're watching it right now will be today. Depends how you look at it. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this, then feel free to subscribe, like and comment and all of that malarkey. It helps me out. And check the video description for the Patreon if you want to further support the channel. Otherwise, that'll do it. Let's actually have a quick look at the brackets. They wouldn't obviously be updated that quickly, because that'd be crazy. See, I got taken down there. This is a bit of a clunky way to move around on this for some reason. Very clunky. That thing is... what is it doing? I actually can't move it down. Come on. Go down. Open as a separate window. That's better. There we go. So I'm the best versus my Sunshine. We see that Sunshine is the champion, and that gives you an idea of the players that were in this tournament if you want to have a little look and see. Alrighty. I will see you later.